Today is January 31st, 2015. I'm at this place which is roof on the building. I just am address in Buenos Aires. In the middle of this reality, I am just taking a time to take a look at the days we go through. In the middle of this all, I'm found certain other situations which are not exactly the things I ever expected or wanted there to be, and nobody neither. At least nobody that will be interested on the making kind of a life, which it means respect, order, rights, self-condition and statement for the making what it means to be alive and having a life. So, at the clear of this, I am just coming through this moment, and I am just coming through this time. With this implicing the whole I mean and the whole I am, I'm found so much things. And in the middle of the soul, I'm found always Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, Kirchnerism, Menemism, Peronism, officialism, and the whole damn lacra degenerada Argentina with them in the middle of the way. With perrada degenerada Sodoma y Gomorra, Policía Federal Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, and the whole associated horse like them. Horse of hell. Suddenly the real fact. Certain other situations. I'm found this morning trying to make a video, and International Criminal Court talking to NCH in the brace again, which certain in the US and Spain still suffers, and from Argentina, the trials that it were again paid to US, that it's supposed to be downloaded at my laptop, and I do keep on using, were on 2 days trials with a couple of videos, and you wanted to buy it. I am buddy of Cristina Kirchner, I'm friend of her. And in the middle of this reality, basura torradat gente clicky much kapladech, mierda enferma, Policía Federal Argentina making business upon anyone that is my supposed victim. Any criminal, any degenerate, and a freak shit, they go saying, oh, we are going to help you, come to us. And not only that, but suddenly, I'm found this morning through this, trying to make something and downloading free some video recorder for IT making some video inside my address. And I'm found the reality that I could not accept the whole of the degeneration that this perras degeneradas, Policía Federal Argentina Metropolitana, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, Policía de Seguridad Aeroportuaria, CIDE, Armada Argentina, Fuerza Aérea Argentina, Patricias Argentinas, perras de Sodoma y Gomorra, y toda perra degenerada bonaerense, en ADD, with perra degenerada Cámara de Comunicaciones Nacional y Federal, with perras degeneradas PRB Kirchner Telecentro Sociedad Anónima, y claro, Argentina Sociedad Anónima, to the making this possibility for trolos y trolas, sorry the word I didn't want to say, Policía Federal Argentina to making the compound business. At the reality of the soul, I went through this, and I'm found that it is exactly what I were denouncing all through 2 years. There exists 79,204 Mekubal Tabajlahi Fatuska, Policía Federal Argentina, expertises says to be trolos y trolas, telling the commands didn't work. He removed them from the laptop, even from the cell phone. Even unplugged, we cannot downloading nothing with the software that US militaries given us, and with the PRMC webs of the whole of the forces communications. We cannot switch out and we cannot change nothing. He restored the software, and he unplugged us from the modem and from its laptop. We cannot do a thing. While kept on trying and kept on trying to make this to happen. So suddenly I'm found like I were denouncing, and really denouncing, for 1.5 years and some extra, one marica y prostituta, trola, sorry the words, of Policía Federal Argentina playing the national state of security and anti-terrorism per function on my system, on my laptop, on my devices, per software function and per software making and per software filing and producing, and per function of my complete browsers and accounts for the making what they says got to do. Only Federal Police of Argentina, not counting 209,426 extra of the rest of the perrada degenerada Sodoma y Gomorra, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, zona sur. In the middle of the soul, my supposed delirious. Oh, we told you, this needs medication and is totally schizophrenic, megalomaniac, and thinks like he's the core of the world, he's the ombligo del mundo. Perras prostitutas evangelistas, with the pardon of you which suffers too much, and I said, please, to live somehow. And I hope I can help victims. To the reality of this came to saying, after going to psychiatrists on the disgusting rule of this disgusting shit of a country, oh, evangelics, come, be my guest, what can I do for you? Do you have some coins for me or any extra that I can make career? With the pardon of you, that, oh, let's talk into its psychiatrist. But it's ours, not his. We are gonna be him, not him. You understand? Sodoma y Gomorra, perras atrofiadas. In the middle of the soul that comes to making career of anything which treats about my person, because if I am the ombligo del mundo. So everybody wants to montaging them stench of shit of hell that each whore of this are for the making a career up in my life. It's the opportunistic shit Argentina with the opportunistic shit of a tell that media justifies the whole of the right. It's the reverse thing, the reverse rule. The media justifies the whole of the ends. And the ends are justifiable for whatever media. And also the other. From the fallen wood, everybody makes wood for the fireplace. What are we going to be less? Right, maricas kirchners, perras prostitutas kirchners. And in the middle of the soul, just to say clear, the same evangelics telling this, that I were totally religiously schizophrenic for medication and internation, that I were dangerous for me and for others, came to saying to everybody on the world, to the whole of them communities and also to Israel, that there were the problem, that Guillermo Horacio Brain suffered with each chart, and the same the whole of the men of the armed forces of the world, because of I cursed them, and my curse upon them castated to me and to us. You understand what I say? Because if I were not mercy and I were not for salvation, Lord will put it down to doing what they did to me. They said I cursed. They said I am schizophrenic, but I had such a power for the whole of the world to become Sodom and Gomorrah and making massive rape and murder to whatever the population. They concede the greeting for the become gods. And saying, I am alive thanks my C-word phallus. I have life thanks I have a C-word phallus. You understand what I say? It's exactly this, what they said. So in the middle of the soul, we found out other class of things over the he cannot do anything else. We forbid him to do or say something because of we are not him. Because of we never gave him permission to do or exist or having capacity or ability or virtue. We are not him. And kept on making the same we do to him here. Let's come to the house of it now. and also the reality of let's talking to the mother. Appoint the mother to the whole we have to explain to the lady. Like the mothers of a lot of friends of mine that the most I ripped them out with them families. So there have to be appointed to the next jurisdiction police station for prepare the whole of the sheriffs because of they got up cur. And prepare the whole of the expertises because of they got up cur. We do to it now. And this is the right moment, so she's gonna die and we are gonna be redeemed because of he cursed us. If you are of God, if you are of the Lord, you don't come with that shit. But you are demons, and that's the way you die like perras enfermas. The same you evangelics of hell. You are demons. Evangelics, diablos degenerados, cultura de la brujería de Sodoma y Gomorra, ciudad de Sodoma y Gomorra, with the pardon of victims. You are all dead, sons of shit of hell. Parásitos de la mierda de Sodoma y Gomorra. You are all dead forever. So what the reality of this, to the clear, at the idea of what we go through, just the simplicity to say, can this possibility exist for any of us to survive it? And I'm saying any of us because of the ombligo del mundo, which is supposed to be where the cause and the mobile of them saying, and my guilt, for the everybody were massively raped and murdered as reached for. And in the middle of the soul, robbing and destroying them and making abominations like hell animal everyone is, and forever, with the perra degenerada Cristina Kirchner at the head, in the whole of the world. With the perro degenerado Guillermo Horacio Pren and Osvaldo Carnival at the head, in the whole of the world, for this. So if the God himself, the God, highest, holy God, the precious God, creator, is the cause of the perras degeneradas engendros del infierno this, to doing to us what they do, then we shall never exist at all. Because of God is not exactly this that we suffer for the reason he announced, not commanded. And he fight it like I have been with much other, not expecting and producing. So, the producers of this are exactly the ones that says I gotta be medicated and schizophrenic, and I have the killed and I cursed them with much other that companion them and made an opportunistic shit career like perras degeneradas Borda Alvear Piñeiro, Cuerpo Médico Forense with the pardon of few, like the 5 of Cuerpo Médico Forense that doesn't have the reality but suffer, with much other in the middle of these places that suffers and also were murdered through this career of prostitutas Kirchners all around. Get me? Then, at the fact of the truth, at the clear of us, we're still going through at this day. And at this real day, we found the sick shit of all times telling that Lord God himself gotta be oligophrenic, schizophrenic, megalomaniac, criminal, terrorist, degenerate abomination, fag, whore, and all that they need to say they are going to bring cut down, by destroying and raping and murdering, that with them C-words, fallacies, and them hysterximac vaginas, thanks that they has life. And Terzo saying, of course. So, in the middle of this all, the circus keeps on. Massive rapes over 16 families, complete. Mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, kids, men's, women's, teens, whatever to be found, husbands, wives, pregnant, still. And anything to found in a way saying that they gotta do to me and they gotta do to the God himself. And being what I am and doing what I do and possessing my life and my existence, that the same United Evangelics perrada degenerada with the pardon of victims keeps on trying to produce, saying, oh yes, to be. Hagas pagas bankalija, hagas pagas polvareki, ramaplefechal halekimants, machlechati, the skirt up, oh, getting here to give me the power. Right, Evangelica degenerada with the pardon of victims. that I don't want them in your brothels. Degenerada mierda. So suddenly, at the clear fact of this, at the clear reality of all, just to set clear what this is, I say enough. The problem is 2,809,404 more Jewish kidnapped up in the whole of the world for murder, for sacrificial Sodom and Gomorrah, United Evangelic City of Sodom and Gomorrah, with Kirchners at the head to the making. And while enduring this, Kirchners keeps squatters and manipulating the Nisman case for them to not go off the control, while they, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, sent to murder him, and Policía Federal Argentina Expertos Sodoma murdered him. And Prefectura Sodoma keeps on making the staging of documents, perra brava, matona degenerada, to the murder anyone in the middle and rape whatever it takes. Like perras atrofiadas degenerados, infelices, enfermos, repodridos, each is, with the pardon of you. And the rest all the same. So, what do we do? At that second building, not this, that second, there is still a couple of Gendarmería Nacional making the staging for the supposed control and studying still, saying that they will do to me. And they gotta be researching, like they supposedly do, the terrorism research over the murder of Policía Federal Argentina y Fuerzas Armadas that supposedly I do with supposed organized crime, which supposedly also being aliens. The invasion, let's get ready now, they are gonna kill us all! Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you one thing and I'm gonna be clear. This class of a damn hell rotten shit is the class of a shit that we never needed. If there is alien to destroying and murdering, I put them in the hell myself. Because of fighting come to making disaster, but to protect at the whole that I can do, at the whole that I exist. And if I am some megalomaniac, the world doesn't answer for me. And if I am so schizophrenic, the world doesn't say this shit are exactly what I say. And if I am so terrorist, no one dies for I truth, show and say all the time. The clear fact is so let's put in the things in clear and forgive me the words at this morning still some. Belfoat salak. Relifiki afsaleshkat lebechlach dia shalakem. Rochel vesal shval, ansreal blechnam maspot latichlishkad, rechlakivi kabal blefoats, renchal metzama blechaval kiet shklecha chinvitzi, shmon subal klechaleki meploach hadashkat chalechi, sechalbek. In rechla shel, matzabal chlechtiash katachliv, Roshuat lemefachlachi dishkathalechlachini shishmat amaser, rechal bleci vishvot lebechlach deshkel chalachni yatzachalekem, rechal blefechalki dishkathalechimi kapledeshkot salachacham, Yishoal. And you understand what it means, and you know this is. The problem is, if every time as one witchcraft, like every night I and much other were suffering, to profaning and taking possessions, they says, of our lives, with United Evangelics saying, oh yes, to find them all, to kill them all because I've touched the anointed, and we are not going to allow because of we are the ones that our authorities and Lord put at us, the deliverers shed of the hell, about the certain fact of this sickness that pretends to be the right, while everyone have been taking a business upon my life. For the whole I am, I do, and I exist, with opportunistically Sodoma Gomorrah techniques, saying that they are national security, and pretending to say, oh, let's come now to the house, trolos degenerados, with some degenerados, and Borda still making the same, and delivering, I the liar, and I need medication for what I said, and what I keep on saying, while Perra Safaroni keeps on position the same Lorenzetti and the whole damn shit, genociders, murderers, compound of Sodom and Gomorrah, coverers of any class of a kidnap, rape, and murder, and being participating for the whole of them making up with the damn associated shit, pretender of government and judicial powers, UNASUR, Argentina, and also International Criminal Court themselves. At the reality to making up whatever to be requested and needed by, we live thanks our C-word phallus and our C-word vagina. And the first of all, which is the same, Christina Kirchner, telling the same, which supposedly my delirious thought, don't you come to me with that, don't you see this one as a gas invented by them all through these large years, and all through much more than that, and much farther until, oh, we already teach all, let's make it do it now. No better to give testimony, no better to be around, we do to it here, and you supporting Vargas. So, and the reality of this, let's put it in clear. If I am so criminal, so demon, again, if I am so terrorist, so degenerate, how is this possible that I am free for they to make in the market and the business on all I am and I do, saying they are and not me, and taking, oh, we have the whole prices of all well done, and all of this, and we also have the prices of its pictures, and my last destroyed, NCH, the Argentina software for there to not work and there to be a mess on the whole I done before for the thing, oh, have you seen? He never done to them. All we done. Still, even that, my supposed schizoid demons for the making damages, oh, you're helping the criminal that we're stealing to our men, and for helping him, you gotta be in jail, for we'd have kill up and kill you because of weak men, and gotta be done, of course. He himself said so. Perras degeneradas, Policía Federal Argentina, perra sucia, Cristina Kirchner, and its officialism, the same, for there to make in the less humanity of the millennium and saying they are going to be the free, happy fellas in the heaven. And it's Guillermo Prein and Osvaldo Carnival giving the hand of the century saying, oh yes, they're right, because of he cursed them up, but he's a schizoid because of he thinks in the whole of the world. So listen to me. I'm going to say this. If I am that, they says I am, I will be already in the United States of America, I will be already in the Europe states around, or simply at Israel showing that they says. The simplicity is, oh, he's too dangerous, we cannot let it out. We cannot let it go. He's too dangerous, we can't control it. Don't you worry, he's not going to do no harm to nobody. Who the f*** is going to believe that? Can you explain that? If anybody can to corroborate, you let it go. Oh, you want to know, you want it, see it yourself. Any sense but shit this, maricas y degeneradas mierdas, Sodom y Gomorra Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas, how can possibly say they are gonna control the so dangerous harms to humanity menace me? So suddenly, let's put in the things in clear. At the fact of this, let's set in clear. It is exactly the contrary. Any other will ever control, and there is no harms from my person. For the same clear reason of if people that helps me and supports me under the tale of the perrada degenerada evangélica saying that I will be the beast and they my supporters and helpers, and the only thing seen in them is forgery of the generation this all through the world, and the still making less humanity telling that they commands. And people like pregnant kids being massively raped and murdered, grandmothers, grandfathers, on the supposed, he's totally crazy. How a grandmother's gonna be raped? The power of that C-word phallus and C-word vagina is what they seek. Do you think it's gonna see the age appearance or whatever it looks like? There sees God and says, I want it. Put it in my, I'm gonna get up. Like yesterday. Oh, I get Gomorra, perra de Metropolitana y de Federal y de Prefectura Naval Argentina on. Alright, but he has a phallus. So, the Viagra is not gonna fail. I get up and that's it. What is gonna happen? I'm telling you one thing. If I am any of this says, I will already been appointed by the International Criminal Court with a very simple custody of 2 men of Interpol or 4 men of the forces of FBI or the intelligence or anti-terrorism of Israel or any other country in a simple plane, and they will sing themselves. But anyone that came around here to try to put me in another place today too, making the judgment and see who I really am, were murdered and destroyed, and I supposedly made in the staging, and I supposedly manipulated it all, and I supposedly were the one that produced this supposed sweet attraction. But you gotta understand that the whole of the justice bodies I said is not an illusion and something that I just produced. They did this with Guillermo Horacio Pren and Osvaldo Carnival and them parties with the pardon of victims. They did this and keeps on making it all. And murdering and destroying and raping, saying they do to me and they do to us, and everybody gotta be up, and everybody gotta be for them sacrificial for they to have the power and they to become gods. So they says they are gonna fuck up the whole of the world, and they says that are gonna be the power and it's gonna be done what they says, and they says they are gonna be gods in heaven. But Osvaldo Carnival, Guillermo Horacio Pren, Carlos Anacondia, and the whole associated with the pardon of victims, and this is this. At the reality of this day, I am trying to see what is next on my days. I didn't do a Pesach that Adonai asked me for about 3 days ago. I am under extortion still, for my sister borrowed me a sewing machine for I to manufacture something we call morrales here around, for I to make some product to sailing on my own, on my skill, and trying to sail them for the saving some money and see if I can have at least some better devices that I cannot say now, having a way out. So, further mojitos or not, the reality is simple. Rechal blefechia fakladiski achal shechlak machachalim. Rechal besia veskat chalechivi kiad ladas motzval flechta inchinak. Rechel atabak tachili shmertzevek. In rechal maplofa watzab levechliki yashkatach lihimi. Cheshulak. Rechal bechalekimi fiat rechel betzal machlehishkine veheme. Rechal bekia chavla fechalek eskatzeleki. Rechal shechalak lachamab lefechal chalishkine chalchinim. Rechal blechevetzkia vavachishko adchal belechman tzeleshki bat atzechal. Rechalcham ben chalekev lefechalak men plafechem. And rechal bekal chevel klevechalim. Rechal blechia vasfok lasichilishkat alechna chalem bet atzuva. Dashklot suvak klat tachnak ashkot nikniak able enchadesh monselik. Rechal bechlaki via chevel and sebel bloa fechal deskat lasigi. Rechel shachal and blechevetli and sechal ishmet sebal plechat. Rechal mafluot sebal plechidishkat chalechini alaveshbat lechechim. And Sorra Prostituta, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, with Sorra Prostituta, Adrian Roscula, now, forged again the ID and changed again the name. But Kirchner's in Policía Federal Argentina saying, oh, always were him, managing the destruction upon my person, the impossibility to reach with Perra Pedófila Aníbal Fernández. An impossibility to come out and keep on doing the same to it so nobody can say in the world that we done to it. And making any class of a shit up and telling that I wear all the night like every other, having the he lived on blow chopping our men all over and eats and making disasters all over and also chunky stuff making, consuming and producing and also sailing, and we know this, and stealing devices and sailing for living, and keeps on sending perras degeneradas by this degenerates to United States of America, Israel, Europe Union states, Russia, and saying that they've done what I done and they proved it. with, oh, and what's the matter to you there now? With profanation, saying that for they to possess a spiritual peace of mind, and reading and making the feedback saying that I do what they says I do, while I've been doing what I do permanently, all through whatever the years I have on the reality I am, with no other but exactly who I am. So at the clear of this face and the truth of this all, the sickness of hell, shit, Sodoma y Gomorra, atrofiada mierda degenerada Kirchners y Argentina y UNASUR, with the pardon of victims and for the well and for the right making, dumb shit, I want them all dead. Well, them horse keeps on pouring all over. Oh, they didn't still spoken with the mother. They didn't still said a thing to the mother, and he kept on making the same. What are we gonna do? Oh my God! Expecting to putting the mother to talking to her, the supposed demon and criminal, for she to be picked up, raped in a degenerado police station, pretended off, for they to making the day. Oh, we don't do it. Mierda prostituta civil argentina y UNASUR. Mierda degenerada muerta por la eternidad, with them brothels and them Sodoma y Gomorra. It's not gonna be any other, and I'm gonna be executor, and I'm gonna be justice. Shalom. Now we have people to rescue, and we have certain things to do. Terrorism by Cristina Kirchner and officialism Argentina and Policía Federal Argentina and Gendarmería Nacional doesn't stop in the world. 8 new nuclear devices were robbed by them, trying to blasting, with the destruction, with the murder and massive genociding, saying that I will done, and telling, oh, we come with the peace, with the solution for you. You gotta attach to our commanding, and we are the government of the world. We're gonna show you we had to be and not him. Like I said before, and like I said all through these years, like degenerados, perrazos, Sodoma y Gomorra, they're saying, oh, he's saying what we say. What happened to you there now? I'm gonna put you dead, pedazo de perra sodomita. That's what happens to me. Sorry, Remople fechal chadishkila fechal batik, meswak, rechal shibach lehia batzelekat, ashkel chanim, in roechal amafrech hidishkal alechat, and shochalcham, rechal mesheleki, rechal veshechalim, betla vechalachim, refochola veshkadi, and cheleki vishkatalak, rechamnot lefechadi vishvot, atzechaleki mich ansel shevek. So let's thinking what is next around, and what is going to be about brujas de mierda degeneradas sodomitas y gomorritas. Does any of you, the real ones, have been created by them, and any of you were spelling them for you to become celebrities, singers, artists, writers, expressionists, actresses, actors, lawyers, teachers, doctors, engineers, architecture professionals for whatever the careers, whatever the disciplines, or any other worth of the humankind. We promised to be by the one that gave us the right to be. Any of you were spelling to degenerada mierda Kirchners and them communities mierda como ellos, and Sodoma y Gomorra, Policía Federal and Fuerzas Armadas, and United Evangelics, Guillermo Arce-Preno, Osvaldo Carnival, for they to be robbed by Umbanda and making the cars for you to be what we were gave by God and your bodies. Just think about, are we understanding what this is? Because of this exactly what it just expressed right here, and I show you again. https www.odrmc middle promesas de nuestro maestro, futuro de nuestro reino, gloria promisiva de la realidad de nuestro nombre, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, reina del cielo de Lucifer. Besides this, which is not in, that Lucifer is not, but she is. Y su machada y hembrada gloriosa de la República Argentina, con su glorioso, poderoso pastor, Guillermo Prey. Somos gloria de futuro de toda la humanidad y somos dioses en los siglos. Middle, BBODC, UNASUR, middle, IDA ATTAC, this is the command, middle, FOLCA, ATMASAD, command BBR, 4, DM, middle, USAT, command BRM, 13, middle, cis, middle, ikalenk. This is I, UI, KKALAN, key. This is the command key, which is K with I, UI, middle, HD. 131.9T, systems recall F5. The last bleed as a senior and the last key cleaner on my side. And yes, each and every one for whatever I've been naturally doing, over saying, oh, we don't do it. There are only 24 functions key on the PERRAS beta subsystems, and there are only 12 at the normal regular we all use. But each and every one has one. Oh, he's gonna choose mine. Oh, he's gonna say, oh, I don't quiero say it. Enfermedad degenerada de todos los tiempos, pudrición podrida, maldita genocida, enfermedad abominable, Policía Federal Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, Sodoma y Gomorra, with the pardon of victims, and the damn shit Kirchners, which are exactly this. You know what? Is this. This is, like I said, the real of the times of Armageddon, but with announcement by Eladon. Not this all, commanded by him. Alejandro Mario Blanco read me from Buenos Aires at the roof of the building I'm living the disaster this. At this January 31st, 2015, this is already 10:30 or some extra, with my Samsung Galaxy chat, making this video with, Dan and Harman components on BlackBerry headsets.